Are you serious? Are you serious? Folks, we had technical difficulties. We tried to do our live show 3 times, and the system just wouldn't work, okay? So we'll get those corrected in the morning. I have to do this, though. There was just too much going on. First of all, we've had a 6.1 earthquake that has hit in Auckland, New Zealand. Very powerful quake, a mega earthquake in Auckland, New Zealand. We are waiting for more information. There's also been a 4.5 in Papua New Guinea, a 5.1 in Iran. Now, those all happened in about 12-minute span. We all know there's a major earthquake, 7.1 in Mexico City. The death toll is now at 139. And we know that Hurricane Maria is bearing down. Has all of a sudden back to a Category 5, 175-mile-an-hour winds, going to 180, they expect, by the time Hurricane Maria slams into Puerto Rico. It is coming with hell's fury, bringing everything, the devastating wind. Everybody is just, look, Puerto Rico has not even recovered from Hurricane Irma yet. There's still parts of that country without power. And here comes a mega storm, a massive storm. It's going to crash into Puerto Rico in the next few hours. And so our prayers are going out there. Our prayers are going out to the people in Mexico. Folks, let me just say this quickly. 1 person is dead in Guadalupe. There's probably more. They don't know how many are dead in Dominica. The whole nation was just wiped out, basically. It's an uninhabitable situation there. And so, but since this is day 29, since the total solar eclipse across America, and the Lord told me that was a warning. It was a 40-day warning for America and the world. And the Lord also revealed to Pastor Mark Biltz that this was a 40-day warning for America and others. That's the word he got. Well, there's no doubt, there's no question about it. That is absolute factual revelation by the Lord. Here's what's happened since August the 21st, not in exactly this order, but Hurricane Harvey crashing into the Gulf Coast of America, dropping 49 inches of rain on Houston, Texas, killing 82 people, and literally leaving Texas and Louisiana and parts of Mississippi devastated, damaged like you wouldn't believe, trillions of, literally billions and billions of dollars of damage. Hurricane Irma then destroying the Caribbean islands and then crashing into the Florida Keys, ripping a record rain in Havana, Cuba, doing damage in the Caribbean islands, wiping out Barbuda. Nobody lives there anymore. They all had to leave to Antigua, and Antigua's in bad shape. Tearing up parts of Puerto Rico, the Bahamas, St. Martin. Hurricane Irma, when it all said and done, 74 people dead, massive billions of dollars in damage in Florida. 6.5 million people lost power. They're still in devastation in the Florida Keys. It's unbelievable what's happened there. And then there's Hurricane Katia. It formed. It crashed into Mexico, creating landslides, mudslides, and leaving 2 dead. Hurricane Max slammed into Mexico on the other side of their coast, on the Pacific side, leaving 1 person dead and damaged. Hurricane Jose is still setting off the East Coast, did some damage in the Caribbean island areas, but it's setting up there just off the East Coast, getting bigger all the time, not faster, but bigger, filling with water and storm surge. And there's now computer models saying it's going to loop back and head into New York. We don't know. Okay. And then there's, again, Hurricane Maria, destroying Dominica, destroying Guadalupe, and not looking good for Puerto Rico tonight. Our prayers are with you. And then after that, who knows? And then, of course, Mexico, 8.2. This was the largest earthquake to hit Mexico in over 100 years. 102 people dead. Tonight, to this afternoon, Mexico, again, 7.1 earthquake. This one horrible. It's in Mexico City on the 32nd 32 years ago today, Mexico was hit with an 8.0 earthquake in Mexico City that left thousands dead. Today, 139 are dead. Hundreds are buried in the rubble as there are buildings everywhere collapsing, and the people are still under the rubble. Our prayers go to Mexico again. There was twice during these 29 days, the sun erupted with an explosion. Solar flares. One solar flare was an 9.3 X class. That was the 14th largest solar flare in the history of keeping records of the sun. And then 5 days later, another 8.2 X class solar flare. Are you serious? And we're in a solar minimum. We're in a solar minimum, folks. This ain't even supposed to be happening. And while that's going on, we know that Yellowstone National Park, Yellowstone, the whole huge area, Yellowstone supervolcano, the danger zone, continues to quake after quake, rumble and move. Quake as if this mighty supervolcano is considering erupting and bringing a cataclysmic, catastrophic, apocalyptic conclusion to the entire Western Hemisphere. We don't know. And while that's going on, Kim Jong-un decided to fire intercontinental ballistic missiles right over the heads of the Japanese people. Then he decided to detonate a hydrogen bomb underground, 16 times greater than the bomb we dropped on Hiroshima in 1945. It was so big and so powerful, it set off a 6.3 earthquake. Then Rocket Man fired another rocket over the Japanese people's head and declared he was going to sink Japan and said he was going to turn America into ashes and darkness. All of this has happened since the solar eclipse of the sun. Day 29. In 4 days, it's Revelation chapter 12. The 40-day process continues. The chaos, the carnage, the confusion of the second coming of Christ. Give your life to Jesus Christ. Are you serious? We're running out of time. I'm checking. There's just been another earthquake. Just now, out of the corner of my eye, I saw something flash. 4.9 Guatemala. It's going to be a long night. Pray for the people in Mexico. Pray for Puerto Rico. And pray now for Auckland, New Zealand, as we'll try to find out if there's any damage from that 6.1. Very shallow quake. Don't know if there's tsunami warnings or not. It was just off the coast of New Zealand. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll get you back up to speed on the current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy. Jesus said, he was asked the question, said, can you tell us the sign of thy coming, the end of the world? Jesus said, oh, there will be false Christ and false prophets shall rise. They'll deceive many. And you'll hear of wars and rumors of wars. So see that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. The end is not yet. Nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. There'll be famines, pestilence, earthquakes, divers places. All of these are beginning of sorrow. Then Jesus said, later in Luke 21, he said, there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars. Distress of nations with perplexity, the sea, the waves roaring, men's hearts failing for fear, for looking after those things coming upon the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Then shall they see the sign of the Son of Man coming in the clouds with power and great glory. When these things begin to come to pass, he said, look up, lift up your head. Your redemption draweth nigh. This is why the Lord told me to make this DVD to teach you completely about the total solar eclipse and the impacts of solar eclipse, not only historically in history, but biblically throughout the entire Bible and prophetically for these end times. And the Lord said to make this DVD teaching on the rapture ready. My question to you is, are you rapture ready? In these two DVDs, we cover these signs of the end times and the Revelation 12 constellational alignment. How does this all play out in these last days? Folks, you're in a different season now, okay? You're in a different season. Are you ready? Jesus is coming soon.